Maybe in other dimensions, I have Birdie Cricket and, Oliver or whatever. I don't know.
Cousin Oliver, you
Wait,
know
Cousin
him.
Oliver? What if it literally is
He's
Cousin
adorable.
I can't. I can't. Cousin Oliver shows up.
I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing my best.
Hey, everybody. Busy is recording the podcast in a weird twist. She's in Los Angeles. I'm in New York. Her voice is... It was here, but then it was gone. It was gone, then it was here. Now it's gone again.
No, it's not really happening.
It's not.
I don't understand. On my audio, it says, wait, hold on. Oh, wait, I see. Okay, now I got it.
You got it?
Yeah, I have to turn the volume down on the QuickTime thing, but I think
it should be
it'll
fine.
be fine.
It should be fine. And Busy doesn't have any of her recording equipment because it's actually a pain in the ass to bring everywhere. So we're doing the best we can with what we have. And
yeah, well, and also I did think that I was going to get into Los Angeles hours ago. So I thought it would be fine. I would have lots of time.
You could
whatever.
Gather your resources. But here's the thing. Planes, in case anyone doesn't know, in case you haven't been on a plane in a while, having your plane just be late is that's the best case scenario, I feel like.
I mean, at this point.
This point.
Well, also, Casey, it was so infuriating. It was crazy.
What happened?
Well, first of all, I hosted the Every Mother Counts gala last night.
Yeah.
And it went pretty late because there were just really amazing people speaking. And it just sort of those things just do, you know? So I kind of didn't even get home until 10:30. My flight was supposed to be at 7:30 this morning. But I have all the notifications on, if it's going to be delayed, all those things.
Yeah.
But flight's on time. I woke up at 4:45. I did a pretty terrible job of packing yesterday, I will say, because we taped a show yesterday as well, guys.
Yes.
We taped a show. I went home. I had essentially 20 minutes until they came to do my hair and makeup for the Every Mother Counts thing. And then I had to leave and go do that.
Yeah.
So anyway, set my room service. Hold on.
Is it here?
I'm so excited. I haven't eaten.
You can keep talking because we can still hear you.
Thank you. You can, thank you so much.
Now she's dancing because she has food.
I'm so excited. Thank you. So anyway, get a car at 5:30 this morning or whatever. And then
she's trying to tip her room service waiter right now. So
thank you. Have a good one.
So you get your car at 5.
We pull up to the airport at 6:30. 6:30 this morning. My flight is at 7:30, which, by the way, it's kind of cutting. I mean, an hour before, rolling up an hour, but I'm not checking bags, whatever.
Yeah.
My phone bings. Literally, we pull up and I get a bing, and I look at my phone and it says, your flight has now been delayed to 3:45 p.m.
Oh, my God.
And I was like, no.
I need to be there at 3:45 p.m.
Well, yeah, but also I was just no.
Yeah, that's annoying.
And I'm not sitting at this. What am I doing?
You're going to sit at the airport and get a bunch of massage chair?
No.
Massages?
I mean, that's what people have to do sometimes. I told that Uber, honey, we're going back. Turn that car around. I was home by 7:30. I fell asleep like a mummy, straight, in all my clothes, just on the bed, straight. I woke up at 9. I got coffee. I went to the airport because I canceled that flight and I rebooked myself on another airline at noon. That was the earliest nonstop. By the way, I looked also, I'm missing a step. I looked in the car before I told the guy to get back to the city.
Yeah, to see
I
if
looked
you could
in the
get on any other flight.
No, The soonest flight I could get on was at noon.
Wow.
No.
6 hours later from New York City.
No, I don't understand what was happening. I looked at LaGuardia and JFK. Obviously, no one's flying out of Newark. But you guys, because if you're paying attention to the news, there's a bunch of stuff about Newark Airport.
Newark keeps having like outages in their air traffic control
Safety issues.
Yeah.
Safety issues. It's like outages with air traffic control, and then also like understaffing.
Yeah.
And like there was a thing yesterday that like one air traffic controller was responsible for 180 airplanes or something.
Yeah, and I saw this item that was like suggesting that whatever's going on at Newark Airport, it's giving the remaining air traffic controllers like mental health issues because they're under so much stress.
Did you ever see Pushing Tin?
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say that job already has enough stress without adding stress to it. No, thank you. No, thank you. Well, I'm glad you got to LA. How was your flight? Was it okay?
It was fine. Demi Moore was on my plane.
Oh, wait,
It was really
you told
exciting.
me somebody else was on your plane.
Yeah, Angelina Jolie was on my plane last time.
Oh my God. No, wait, was Josh Gad on your plane?
Oh yeah, on this one.
On this one. And Demi Moore?
Yeah.
That's a star-studded flight.
And Pilaf, the dog. Demi Moore's dog. And Tavi Gevinson.
Oh, I love Tavi.
I love Tavi, but like, I mean, I'm just saying, it was star-studded. Also, some girl sitting across from me who probably is like a very famous YouTuber. I just didn't know who she was.
But a lot of people were making a big deal out of her.
No.
Oh, you were just like, she has the look about her of a famous YouTuber.
Mm-hmm.
I get that. Wow. Did you say hi to Demi Moore?
I didn't, but I could have. I felt like I could have, but I love her so much.
I love her too. She's amazing. She was always such a good sport when I worked at Letterman. She always did comedy bits, and so that made me have like mad respect for her.
She's
like
rad.
I love an actor who's known for like drama, who has a good sense of humor.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't have any flight adventures. I didn't have any adventures at all, but as Busy said, we shot a show yesterday, and then I think we finished up. You had to go because you had to go to your event, and we finished up like all the, after you shoot the show, there's like a number of things you have to like put the files where they go and stuff so that, all your media, all your SD cards and memory chips and everything are where they're supposed to be so that, when you go to edit the show, they're all where they're supposed to be. You got to send them all around and make sure you have backups and stuff. So there's a little bit of like aftercare for when you do the show. So we're doing all of that. And then I was like, I think it was around 4:00 and I was like, oh my God, I'm starving. So we ordered pizza. The few people that were left back at the office, we ordered pizza and we had pizza and that was nice. And we just, it's such a nice crowd here, such a nice team. And so it's always fun to just sit and share a pizza with them. And then I went home and I had tons to do. And I got to my room at about 6:00. And I was just like, I'm just going to decompress a little and like catch up on social media and stuff. And I was scrolling through Instagram. And by 6:30, I was so tired that I was like, I'm going to close my eyes for a few minutes and just rest. Biz, I woke up at 8:30 this morning. I slept for 14 hours. Do I have mononucleosis?
I mean, we all do.
I was like, what? I slept like a little toddler.
Wait, that's crazy.
It was crazy. I like didn't even get up to go pee during the night. And I usually do that like 4 times.
Well, no, because you hadn't had any liquids.
Yeah, probably.
You went to bed like so early.
That was rough. 6:30.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I thought maybe it was that like super Scorpio full moon.
Yeah, I was exhausted. Everybody I know was exhausted.
Maybe that moon was just like, go to sleep, girl. Good night, moon. Indeed.
I kind of think so. I think so.
Yeah. But I was happy to have slept that much, I think. And then and then I just woke up and came into the office today and it was real quiet. Raymond and I were just hanging out and doing little things and scheduling little things. But now I'm talking to you. So it's a good bookend for the day.
Did you watch the whatchamacallit for the new Ryan Murphy lawyer show with Kim Kardashian?
Oh, no, I haven't watched it.
Like the commercial or whatever, the preview or whatever?
Oh, yeah.
They just dropped it?
Yeah, I didn't watch it yet.
I mean, I was on a plane, so I was like doing in between work stuff.
Yeah.
I was like watching random social media stuff.
Oh, God.
But I was like, what if this is how we find out that Kim Kardashian's just a method actor? And that's why she went to law school? Like, because she wanted to play a lawyer.
We could find that out.
She was like, yeah, no, I'm a method actor.
Oh my gosh. I've been catching up all day, on the Karen Reed trial in Boston. I don't know.
I don't know what that is.
Okay.
I've heard everybody was talking about it. Is this the lady with the guy in the driveway?
Yes, everybody's talking about it.
Why is everybody fucking talking about it?
It's because it's kind of wild.
Weird.
I mean, I think that, like, obviously I'm from Massachusetts, so I probably get a more heavy representation of interest in it. But it's like this woman dropped her boyfriend off at this house party and he, supposedly never made it to the party. And I guess she's accused of having hit him with her car and killed him. But now, you know how people are always like, Occam's razor when they're like, the simplest explanation for something is probably what happened.
I thought that was Murphy's Law.
Oh, no, Murphy's Law is anything that can go wrong will go wrong. Yes. Occam's razor is the simplest explanation for something is probably the explanation.
Right. Yeah.
So the simplest explanation is probably that this woman accidentally hit her boyfriend in the dark and left him for dead, and so that's what she's accused of. But now,
did she know?
It kind of seems like it's possible that it was a wild conspiracy between all of these people.
So cops? There's cops.
Yeah, they're all
involved?
cops. They're all involved in law enforcement, and whether there's some debate over whether he was killed by a dog in the house.
Wait,
or
what?
He got beat up by a guy and then a dog chewed on his unconscious body or whatever, and then that's how he died. But there's
wait, this is not, I can't, this is, what are you talking about?
It's wild. And then so today they're retrying her because I guess I don't
understand.
She was tried once, and now they're retrying her because I guess the last trial was a mistrial, and somehow it's the same judge, and people are like, this judge is terrible, whatever. But, I feel like I haven't been watching it because I don't have court TV where I am, but it's really, it's giving 1990s, when court TV first came onto my radar. And it seems like it's going badly for the prosecution this time. It seems like the defense has a lot more information than they had last time. And then yesterday was insane. They had all this proof that they just casually hit all these witnesses with, you did this, you did that. And it seems like 12 people are guilty of the killing of this man. I don't even know. But then today, they just didn't have court today. Unexpectedly, they were it was a game time decision not to have court. So today, TikTok is flooded with people who are like, oh, okay, in the absence of this trial happening today, I'm going to tell you all my theories. And you can't get away with shit once people on the internet start looking at your videos and everything. I just feel here's what's good and bad about the internet is that everybody's going to focus on whatever the mystery or crime or tragedy du jour is. What's bad is millions of people are going to get it wrong. What's kind of amazing is a handful of people are going to get it right. You know, like it's like the internet, sometimes internet investigators are very intrepid and they can crack a case. So I just feel like that's what today was everybody was like, look at this, and here's what I noticed, and here's what I noticed. And I'm like, I just really want justice done for this man and this woman who everyone thought initially, they were like, she's guilty. Here's what I'll say about her. And there's no nice way to say it. I think she's off-putting. I think there's something about her that's off-putting. That being said, I don't think she's guilty of having done this. Like, I get why she rubs people the wrong way, her demeanor. Like, I think that, I think that it's easy to read her as someone who doesn't care about what's happened and, like, her relationship with her boyfriend wasn't perfect and they maybe weren't in a good place. And, so I think it's very easy to say, like, it was very easy for people to be like, I don't like her, she's guilty. But I don't think she's guilty. I don't know. I don't think she's guilty. And so anyway, I've just been watching. And then the Diddy trial started today.
I thought that started yesterday.
Oh, did it start yesterday? I thought it started today. I don't really know the days anymore. But I haven't even been looking at that because it's just like too terrible. It's too terrible. For me, it's all too terrible, but.
Typical children's vitamins are basically just candy in disguise, guys. Filled with 2 teaspoons of sugar, unhealthy chemicals, other gummy junk. That kids don't need to eat that stuff. They just don't.
No.
None of us need it. We shouldn't eat it. And most children's vitamins being filled with all that sugar and grossness, they can really contribute to a whole bunch of things that are bad. Health issues, cavities, all kinds of things. But that is why Hiya was created. It's a pediatrician-approved, superpowered, chewable vitamin made with 0 sugar, no gummy junk, but it tastes great. It's perfect for picky eaters. Hiya fills in the most common gaps in modern kids' diets to provide the full body nourishment our kids need with a yummy taste they love. It's formulated with the help of nutritional experts and pressed with a blend of 12 organic fruits and veggies and supercharged with 15 essential vitamins and minerals, including vitamins D, B12, C, zinc, folate, and many others to help support immunity, energy, brain function, mood, concentration, teeth, bones, and more. It's non-GMO, it's vegan, dairy-free, allergy-free, gelatin-free, nut-free, and free of everything else you can imagine. Hiya is designed for kids of all ages, sent straight to your door, so you have one less thing to worry about. Plus, you get a little reusable bottle.
The cutest.
The kids can decorate it with stickers, and then the packaging is very minimal, so it's better for the environment, and we love it. We've worked out a special deal with Hiya for their best-selling children's vitamin. Receive 50% off your first order. To claim this offer, go to hiyahealth.com/busy. This deal is not available on their regular website. Go to hiyahealth.com/busy and get your kids the full body nourishment they need to grow into healthy adults. If you're looking for a healthier way to relax and unwind, we have the perfect solution for you. Cornbread Hemp's organic THC gummies are your hangover-free solution to enjoy a carefree moment. No alcohol, guilt, no regrets. Just a better way to relax.
Yes, I love them.
Me too. I really love them too. I love them too for a myriad of reasons. But when I was looking for a little alternative to the alcohol, to the drinking, the gummies, the THC cornbread hemp gummies,
right,
help me, get a little chill with no regrets, no guilt, no feeling bad the next day.
It's perfect.
It is perfect, actually. They're America's only USDA organic THC gummy. They're made with real THC and organic ingredients, no synthetics. 100% legal, ships directly to your door. It's perfect for unwinding, kicking back, enjoying the moment without alcohol or the hangover. And all products are third-party lab tested for safety and purity. There are delicious flavors you can choose from, Blueberry Breeze and Blood Orange Bliss. I love them both.
Guys, listen to us. You are in luck. Right now, Cornbread Hemp is offering 30% off your first order. Just go to cornbreadhemp.com/best and use code BEST at the checkout. That's cornbreadhemp.com/best with code BEST to get 30% off your first order. Good Lord. Now I'm looking at Twitter, and now I found this thing that says that scientist says that there's a volcano that's going to blow in the next few months that'll cause immediately 10,000 earthquakes on the West Coast. I can't. What is happening?
Geez. Well, you won't be there.
Well, I don't know.
Who's the scientist? What's his name? How often is he right? That's what.
I don't know. And what's going on with dude, what's going on with the Nathan Fielder?
Oh, yeah. You know what?
What's going on with all of this?
Then did you read about the Nathan Fielder thing?
No, I haven't read about anything.
Okay, so it was he developed this theory, which is an interesting theory, and I'm sure it's based in science and truth, that one of the problems with in-flight safety with air, this is just based on what I'm reading, so correct me if I'm wrong, but we'll probably never make a correction on this show. But one of the problems is that it's difficult for junior pilots.
I know. I watched the first episode.
People in junior positions to communicate their concerns to more senior pilots. So it's a communication issue, and it's about like being a straight shooter, and like how hard it is to sometimes be honest with someone, or how hard it is to sometimes get maybe someone who has more experience than you to listen to your honest concerns and consider them fully. And that's part of the issue with safety in flight. And so he devised one of his, big simulations was making airline pilots judges on a singing reality competition.
What?
Because he thought that, like, if you're the judge in a singing reality competition, you have to level with people and tell them hard truths about their singing. And so he devised this fake singing reality competition, and they invited real aspiring singers from all over the country, and people spent
this is insane.
People spent thousands of dollars coming to compete on a show that they thought was going to be a singing competition on HBO, and then they learned it was all fake after they'd all been through it, and it was kind of demoralizing to them as performers. And also they didn't get paid for being on the show, and they paid to fly themselves back and forth several times to be on the show. And I think that's shitty.
That is not great.
Yeah. Here's what I think. I don't think boys should do pranks. I don't. Like, even if they're really super smart boys, men, if they're really super smart and super funny and super, like, visionary geniuses, I don't think they should be allowed to have pranks for a job. And I think that, like, there should be some kind of like mature woman supervisory who, like, if you're gonna,
it's Amy Poehler.
Yes, or someone to just be like, to check the pranks over and make sure that they're not harmful to people. That they're not gonna cost anyone anything financially or psychologically. And that no harm will come to them emotionally, and that after it's over, they'll be like, "That was a good one. I'm glad you roped me into this. That I would do it again." I don't know. I haven't seen it, but from what I've read, and then I started This is how much I can't believe reality anymore. I was like, maybe this article about what an outrage it is a prank. Maybe this is part of the simulation. Maybe this is part of Nathan Fielder's plan to place this and see who got mad about it. And now, like, I'm part of the prank because I'm one of the people that was like, that wasn't right that he did that.
It's kind of perfect, though, for him. Because either way, do you know what I'm saying? Because you're right. Because, like, maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's just he's always like, you just never know what is real with that guy.
You never know. But I don't really love unpredictability. So, you know, like I love unpredictability in a joke because I love that. That's what a joke is that like when somebody's saying something and then it takes a turn that catches you in a certain way and that's when you laugh. And I love that. Like I love surprise laughter better than knowing laughter any day. But I don't really like I don't like unpredictable animals and I don't like unpredictable scenarios and because I think everything is pretty predictable, you know? And if it goes...
Do you?
Yeah, I think most things are pretty predictable. And like, you know, people have been talking a lot about pattern recognition and, you know, and like being able to, you know, just being able to spot a pattern and be like, oh, I've seen something like this before. This is the likely outcome of this. And, so I guess in a way, I kind of consider that. I kind of think that's true about myself for the most part. And so if I don't...
I'm really good at that stuff.
Yeah. But if I think I never saw something before, then I'm automatically suspicious. If I've never seen a situation before... Because, you know, people are people and they do the things that they do, you know. But if someone's acting in a way that I've never seen anyone act before, or if a situation is unfolding in a way that I've never seen a situation unfold before, then I'm like, this is uncomfortable. So, you know, anyway, Nathan Fielder, maybe the joke's on me. Maybe the expose on how it was mean of you to trick people into believing that they were going to be on the next American Idol on HBO is the trick. Maybe you're tricking me by making me upset that you made people spend money to be on your fake singing competition. Maybe that's the joke.
I don't get anything anymore. I'm so tired. Aren't
Also,
you?
yes, I'm so tired. And also I was going to say, like, a lot of those, like, brilliant, like, high-concept shows, you know what I can never get past? I can never get past that a woman would never be allowed to make a show like that.
Well, no, fuck, of course not.
So that's, for me, I'm always out, like, halfway. Like, someone has to be incredibly endearing. A man has to be incredibly endearing for me to stick with it. Like, incredibly winning. And if they're not winning enough, which is, like, very winning, then I'm out halfway through, like,
I mean,
one episode.
The Crunk show is she's kind of, but you know what I mean?
She's incredible. She's incredible.
But I'm saying she's a little bit like, to me, she's a little bit like the equivalent of like a Nathan Fielder.
Yes. But it's so much less well-known and on such a smaller scale. You know, it's like it's old Daily Show vibes for me.
That's exactly right. I was going to say it's more like Samantha Bee.
Yeah.
Like used to be.
Yeah. And also, I love a lot of the stuff that they're doing on Dropout TV. I think it's great. And, like, women are, like, very powerful on Dropout TV. So
I don't know what that is.
That's where I think Cameron Esposito's special that she...
that we watched?
Yeah, that we watched is on Dropout TV. And... yeah, it's like a subscription platform, but it's really, really, really popular. And this friend of mine who I love, who is not like a TV person, he's a musician and he works in the Midwest. This is why I love him, because this is so his personality. One day he was like, hey, can I talk to you about something? And I was like, sure, what's up? And it like felt, you know, serious and momentous. And I was like, yeah, what's up? And he was like, listen, I'm a really huge fan of Dropout TV. and I really got my wife into it, and she loves it. And now I feel like we couldn't live without it if it ever went anywhere. So I just wanted to get your advice on like how to get more people into it. Like, what could I do that would be helpful to help Dropout TV survive?
Oh my God, that's really funny.
That's so lovely and sweet and amazing, and just keep subscribing and keep recommending anything that they say, ask if you could share it. But I was like, oh my gosh, if we had 1 million of him, we'd all be golden trying to make these things that we're trying to make,
Right. Yeah. It just kind of, it's very sweet.
Oh my gosh. Do you feel better now that you had some French fries?
That salad was good. The fries were good. I don't know. I feel, I guess so. I don't know what time it is. I'm so confused. I don't know.
Your time is 4:24 here.
No, I mean, I know what time it is.
7:24. So
yeah,
you're like, no, but I'm saying like you're halfway between. You're probably like, it probably feels like 6 p.m. to you, maybe. Is that true?
Sure. I don't know what it feels like.
And you have a thing that you have to go to tonight, too.
Yeah, I have like a cocktail party thing with QVC.
With QVC? Who's going to be there? Do you know?
Honey? No, I can't wait to find out.
I feel like Stacey London's going to be there.
She is there. I mean, I know she's there. I know she's here. For sure, I know that. Because when she was here, we talked about it.
Yes.
When she was here.
Yes.
She was, God. When did we see her?
It was a few weeks ago. I mean, spoiler alert, Stacey London does one of the episodes on QVC. I think we can say that. I think it's been said. But can we had so much fun when she was here. But do you think she'll care that I say that you were running out to host yet another gala?
You guys, I can't. It's too... Casey this week was like, just give me your fucking phone. Give me. Do you want me to do it? You just
I was
forward
like, I'm
me
going to start saying no to some things
I'll just
for
say
you.
no. It's just it's impossible.
Well, here's why it is. It's because they're all good causes and they're all meaningful. But it's just like you can't.
I'm just one person.
You're just one person, and you can't alone save the world through galas.
No, but people need them to be hosted by someone that is like me.
Someone else will do it if you can't do a couple.
It won't be as good.
It won't, but you won't know because you won't be there.
That's so true.
That's what I tell myself whenever,
sleeping for 14 hours.
Whenever I want to put something in a show and then, for whatever reason, we can't afford it, or, legal says you have to cut it because it opens you up to, liability, or, the guest doesn't want to do it because they're no fun or whatever, I always am disappointed. But then I tell myself, the people watching this, they won't know that they're missing this great thing that we have to cut. They don't know.
They don't know.
They never heard about it. So
they don't know.
Let's just cut it. Just cut it and move on. Here's the thing. If you let me take over your calendar, you won't even know what you're not going to.
I think that's great.
You wouldn't be aware. You'd have zero awareness. And by the way, I think that I learned this, back when I was an assistant. I'm really good at letting people down in such a way that it almost feels like you said yes, but you definitely said no.
That's a skill. It's a real skill.
Where they're just like, you know what? We don't have a host for our gala. I feel really good about myself, and I feel like we're doing a good thing, and everything's going to be fine. It's going to be great.
It's going to be great.
Oh, my gosh. I like your hotel. Have you ever stayed there before?
No, because I never stay in...
Right.
I'm on the west side. I'm in Santa Monica. It's actually what I was going to say is that it's really strange because I can see from one of my windows where the Palisades used to be.
Oh, wow.
And it's really freaking me out.
I bet.
And I just haven't... I've been back here since the fires, but I haven't been on the west. I haven't been on the west side. I haven't been in Santa Monica and also just this vantage point is so wild. Like I can just very clearly see it right now.
Yeah.
Like my friends used to have a house right there. Like I can see it. It's
Right.
so crazy.
Right.
It's just really, really wild.
Yeah.
That it's all gone. And it's also funny, like driving here, because the event that I'm doing tomorrow all day is in Santa Monica. So, and I have to be there like at 8 a.m. And like, I was like, I have to stay in Santa Monica tonight, you know?
Yeah.
But like, when I first moved, well, when I first would come to LA when I was like a teenager with friends or like whatever, we would come. Well, my high school like thespian group would come every year and stay in Venice.
Oh, wow.
I know, like in the 90s. And then we would come and like Third Street Promenade was like such a big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, Third Street Promenade is like what all malls I feel like are based on now.
Yeah.
Like outdoor malls.
Yeah.
Like everything that came at like the Grove, like there were no outdoor malls, you know,
Yes.
like those like promenade.
Yes,
malls.
I will say if you've not been to Los Angeles and you haven't been to like, and like, you know, we all have our feelings about Mr. Rick Caruso, who owns the Grove and the Americana.
The Americana.
But
and
all
the
of those
one that was in the Palisades.
It's kind of, it's really, they're very fun, I'm going to say. They're fun.
It's
Rick
the
Caruso.
Disney World of shopping.
Yeah, it is. It's like Disney World without rides.
There's like trolley.
The trolley, and there's like fountains, and at Christmas it's so fun to go and everybody's just like hanging out, and yeah, they're fun. Rick Caruso knows how to make a fun mall.
It really does. Really
I think
does.
he should keep it up, stick with it, and not worry about anything else.
Well, anyway, but just like passing Third Street Promenade and like it's kind of just like a little sad now.
Yeah. When I first would come to LA, when I was working at Letterman, we would always stay at Lowe's on the beach in Santa Monica.
Yeah.
And and so many of the places, like I remember, you know, because like, you know, when you work on a TV show and like all the senior people go out, you know, whatever.
Sure.
And so I remember some senior people were going to this place called the Real Inn, which is like this little fish shack.
I know. The Real Inn.
It
burned down, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
And
then,
fires?
and Dave was going and he was like, this place is so good. The Real Inn is like my favorite. Casey, do you want to come? And I was so honored to like be included that I pretended to like fish, even though I really don't eat fish. And I was so sad when it burned down because that was always like such a memory just to drive by the Real Inn. And then my other favorite place, Duke's Malibu, survived the fires and then it closed anyway because of flooding immediately after, I think, like happened as a result of everything that burned down.
Yeah.
You know? So but like Duke's Malibu, you could just sit and like the waves would crash into your restaurant window. You could just like see the waves like crashing on your window. It's so cool. And it's just, it's really sad. It's really sad.
It is really sad.
That's weird that you can see it.
It is weird. But also like this part of LA is so kind of, it's like such a throwback.
It's such a throwback because like in the 90s, you could actually drive
like that's what I'm saying.
You could drive from there to Hollywood in a reasonable amount of time. That's no longer the case.
No, but it felt like it was like very happening in the 90s, like the 90s and early 2000s. Like Santa Monica was like, there was like the Fred Segal and like, it was just like a whole vibe over here.
I'd be driving from Lowe's on the Beach in Santa Monica to CBS Television City every day and just cruising by The Price is Right on the lot and going to our studio. I mean, so fun. So fun.
That's great. That's great.
It's great.
That's
I know.
Great.
Well, that's kind of weird that you're there. I'm glad you're there. I'm glad you're seeing it. Because I think, I don't know. I think it's good to see it, like a place that you are so familiar with. Like, I don't know. I just think it's important to like acknowledge like the enormity of what happened. Like if it's something that's like imprinted in your brain, you know?
I just think it's so strange. Like
Yeah.
it's also just like not living here has been weird. It's just weird.
Yeah.
I'm, trying to figure out, where do I belong?
Where's home?
Well, probably not in this hotel,
You don't
but
know that you like those buttons.
that's pretty cool though. Buttons are cool.
There's like, if you didn't see on Busy, I just saw it on Busy's Instagram story. There's like this really cool, like steampunkish brass machine.
It goes down to the front desk.
It's very like, it's not steampunk. It's like Art Deco, maybe?
Yeah, it's Art Deco. It's from the 40s, I guess.
Yeah. And you like press a button and it goes down to the front desk. You like press a button like to tell the front desk what you want.
Champagne is an option.
It's a dream come true.
Ice. And then they called and they were like crushed or cubed. And I was like, are you kidding?
Oh my God. Crushed.
Crushed.
Of course.
And then dessert was an option.
Wow.
I know. And then
did they call up and ask what dessert you want, or they just surprise you?
I didn't press it.
Wow.
Maybe later. Maybe we'll find out. Guys, I am feeling more and more grateful that I've been using Blueland for so long, because I just, honestly, the amount of plastic that is dumped all the time is so gross. And then when you hear about, also if you use those like laundry pods or the dishwasher pods, that like microplastics are getting on your plates and your things and you're eating it and it's all in your clothes and it's like all up in you, like gross. And it's gross.
It's in the ocean. Sorry. It's everywhere. Yeah.
Well, it's definitely in the ocean. But I also, Birdie, Cricket, and I all have super sensitive skin.
Yeah.
And like, so much so that like at my mom's house in Arizona, I have to have my own detergent that's just there for when I go back. Otherwise, my skin is just itching constantly, you know? And it's part of the reason why switching to Blueland was amazing. Their products are made to meet the highest environmental standards. They're not just clean, they're mom clean. They're 100% plastic free, made with certified clean ingredients that are safe to use around everything. Family, your pets, kids, plants. You just don't have to choose between like a safe option and what actually cleans well, because the truth is it cleans fantastic. I love the dishwasher tabs. I love the laundry tabs. I love the toilet cleaner. I love the spray bottles. I also love that it's like, I just have these refillable bottles. I put the tablet in, I add water. Most cleaning products are just water anyway. My cleaning sprays, my hand soaps, I use it all. I love it all. I'm really serious. Like, I really genuinely am a huge Blueland customer and fan, and I love them.
Same here.
Period. Period. Period, as the kids say. Listen, if you haven't tried it, now's the time. Blueland has a special offer for you. Right now, get 15% off your first order by going to blueland.com/best. You don't want to miss this. Blueland.com/best for 15% off. That's blueland.com/best to get 15% off.
You know what I wish I had when I was sleeping for 14 hours? My Helix mattress, because when I woke up, I was sore. I wish I could bring it with me. That's what I'm looking forward to most. I love working with you. I love being in New York with you, but I do want to get back home to my Helix mattress, because Helix mattress is my perfect mate. It's my best relationship I've had in a long time, because I took a quiz online to see which model would be perfect for me. So I'm really, really missing it. If you're listening, Helix mattress at home in Los Angeles, I miss you very much.
I love my Helix mattress and I'm away from it, and that's going to be a bummer for me tonight. But you know what? It's just only a little bit of time and then I'm going to get right back to it. You're there for much longer. No, we love our Helix mattresses. I mean, if you have any issues, guys, sleeping at all, you gotta upgrade that mattress. It's time. It's really time. My gosh, wait, they're having such good deals right now.
The Memorial Day sale is going on right now, so you can get a free bedding bundle, which is a sheet set and mattress protector with any Luxe or Elite mattress order. Exclusive for listeners of Busy Phillips is doing her best. So if you go to helixsleep.com/best, you'll get 27% off site-wide, plus the free bedding bundle, which is like a huge value. You know we've been talking about these mattresses for so long. You know how much we love them, and you're going to love yours too. And if you don't, they have a satisfaction guarantee. You can try it out for like 100 nights, and if it's not for you, you can send it back, get a different one. I feel like it's time. It's time to give yourself the gift of good sleep.
I mean, we all need the gift of good sleep. Go to helixsleep.com/best today. I hate this not having a voice and like feeling like weird, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
Can't think straight.
Yeah.
I took steroids, because I was like trying to get my voice back and flying. And
well, did we ever talk about when my husband lost his voice?
No, I've lost my voice before, like for a long period of time from stress.
Well, this is what I was going to tell you, is that my husband lost his voice from working at his job in the store and from communicating with customers all day long. And he went to a specialist who was like, yeah, you are suffering from like repeated vocal paresis, which is like paralysis of your vocal cords. And he had to go to a vocal coach.
Yeah, I've been to a vocal coach before.
Yeah.
Most actors at some point in their career have to go to a vocal coach.
Yeah, but
at some point.
But that's the only way he was going to get his voice back. They were like, there's no surgery, there's no medicine, you have to do this. You might not get it all the way back, but he did, thankfully. But yeah, it was very scary. He had no voice for a long time. And that's scary. That's like...
It is scary.
That's a big thing to lose.
Yeah, it sucks.
One time I had pneumonia and I lost my hearing for a couple of months. And that was also very devastating to me. It's really, really hard. And it gave me like a real perspective on people that have any kind of hearing loss because, well, you don't think about it until you don't have it. And hearing. Hard to do things without being able to hear,
Right. I mean, it's like everything, right? Like we take it all for granted and then we don't have it and we're like, oh my God.
Right.
I'll never take this for granted again.
Right.
And then as soon as it's back, we're like taking it for granted.
Oh my gosh. I will not take my hearing for granted. I haven't lost my voice in a long time, knock on wood, but I feel like something wild must be going around because a lot of people are losing their voices.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Mine was like some sort of, I don't know. I think mine was from the Charlie XCX concert.
Oh, okay.
Or like the subway after.
You think you caught like a bug on the subway or did you scream too much?
No, I think I like got sick.
Okay.
I think I got sick and then just like went into my throat.
Maybe. But you've been having sinusy stuff too, so I don't know, man.
Yeah, I think I got sick.
Yeah, you were under the weather.
I've been under the weather and fighting it. And then I'm like run down and I'm talking all the time and I'm hosting all these things. And then I was just like, well, what are we supposed to do here?
I mean, yes, you know what this doctor recommends.
I mean, but I can't.
A 50% reduction in hosting.
Well, sure. But also the thing is that I think is worth mentioning. It's not like it's like this all year, all the time.
No, it's just the season, right?
Yeah, it's like always just, there's like a chunk of time.
Yeah.
where everybody's doing their galas and raising money and like everybody's doing, lots of people have their asks. Yeah.
Yeah. And again, they're all amazing causes, so it would be so hard to say no to any of them. That's why I think you need a third party who would wouldn't have you'd feel guilty, but someone else wouldn't feel guilty saying no for you, and then you'd never know until somebody was like, "We wanted you to host our gala." Then you'd feel bad, but hopefully no one would do that.
Oh, that's happened to me before.
Really?
Yeah, where people have been like, we tried to get you to, and I'm like, oh, well, sorry.
It's a lot. It's good problems to have. It's nice to be wanted to do those kind of things. I know too,
Well, it's nice to feel like you can be helpful in some way.
Sure. Yeah. But you're always helpful. And so,
I try to be.
You are. I think you are. And, I think, maybe let someone else carry the basket for a little while, because you have been doing it. You've been doing
The
it.
Easter Bunny?
Yeah, maybe the Easter Bunny. What's he doing right now?
Jack he's
shit.
Off.
He takes 11 months and 29 days off,
You know what's funny? I did just look at X, like after you mentioned that. I have not one thing about that story.
About Karen Read?
No.
It's all over TikTok, and it's all over
TikTok.
It's TikTok and Threads. I can't account for X because I nuked my account, so I don't even know.
I thought that's what you said. I thought you said it was on Twitter. That's why I looked.
No, on TikTok. I have only been looking on TikTok and I look on Threads. Threads is, here's what I'm going to say about Threads. The people on there are tedious. Like, it brings out the tediousness in people. Like, you make the mildest joke and people just pick it apart. And I'm like, who even are you? Like, what? Just give it a rest, People are so, like, and people are tedious and they're condescending on Threads. Like, in the heyday of Twitter, you could, like, be funny, make jokes. Every once in a while, someone would, like, call you out because, like, your joke, rubbed them the wrong way or whatever. But, like, you could really build a following, like, I really built a following on old school fun Twitter. And, like, I'm not the most, like, controversial comedian. I'm not the most controversial comedy writer. And especially when I'm making jokes for myself, like for someone else that wants to go there and, really burn it all down, like I'll try to help them do that. But like I have rules for myself about like what's off limits and what's acceptable to joke about and what, just isn't the best to joke about. But on Threads, it's just tedious. And then like people will be so condescending when they're like, I'm looking for a show that's like relaxing and kind of low stakes and that will like make me feel comforted. And like, how would a normal person answer that query, that crowdsourcing?
You'd say like, I would never, but I don't know. You would be like, oh, I really liked The Good Place. Maybe you should watch that.
Exactly.
Like that?
On Threads, someone will be like, obviously you've never heard of the Great British Baking Show. And then you're just like, why are you on 11? You're not okay. Why are you so heated?
Why are people so heated?
I don't know. I think that we're suffering with having a lot of anxiety and a lot of anger, which is, both righteous. But I think that we're all doing this thing where we're like fighting whoever's closest instead of fighting the real enemy. You know what I mean? Like, I think we're all just punching who's next to us instead of like going up to the bully and confronting the bully, So that's my biggest observation of society and systems right now is that people that are in systems, even like pretty successful systems, I see like a lot of interfighting and like we're fighting ourselves. And, such as like, I don't know, maybe sometimes people are encouraging like primarying a safe Democrat or something. And I'm like, why are you doing like, why is that your number one mission right now? Like we have bigger, more expensive eggs to fry, So maybe let's not do that. Or, I see people fighting themselves or just fighting whatever's nearest to them, even though that thing that's nearest to them is in no way a threat or even like an outrage or anything.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And I'm just like, oh, everyone's like, but I think, everybody has a lot of anxiety, a lot of anger, and they're looking for a place to channel it. But I think, unfortunately, not looking very careful for an appropriate place to channel the anxiety or anger.
Right. I was going to say, like, I think that people are so exhausted, they don't care to find the appropriate place.
Right.
To put it.
Right.
They're like, you'll do.
Yeah.
You right here, you'll do.
It won't be long before people are just yelling things out of their car windows at passersby, just that kind of thing.
I do feel like, doesn't that happen?
I think so. I was laughing because I often look at my old boss, David Letterman's like YouTube clips, and he talks to his assistant, Mary Barkley, and his former executive producer, Barbara Gaines, very often. And Mary and Dave were telling this story about, he was in Los Angeles recently. He's always very interested in transportation, like of any kind. Like that's his special interest, if you will. And if you know him, you know that he's like part owner of a race car team, but he likes all types of transportation. Aviation, he was always really interested in airplanes. When I worked for him, cars, trains. He'll talk to you about a train for a really long time, like Joe Biden vibes. But they were telling a story about how they were in Los Angeles and he saw a self-driving Waymo car. And he got and he's like, that's ordinarily the kind of thing that like a self-driving car, I'd be like, no, like I don't like that. But for whatever reason, he got really excited seeing this Waymo car. And so he rolled down the window and he was like, hey, Waymo. And then he was like, fuck you, Waymo. I don't know why he yelled, fuck you, Waymo.
What?
At this Waymo car. But then his assistant, Mary, was like, those things have like cameras all over them.
Stop it.
So it was just making me laugh so hard at the idea that this robot car has footage of David Letterman yelling, fuck you, Waymo.
It probably recycles.
I hope
it's probably gone
so.
now. You know what I mean?
So. Or maybe it maybe it beams it up to another planet, to the cloud. Maybe it's in the cloud and it'll come out. I thought it was funny and I like the idea of getting out ahead of the story in case a clip of you yelling, fuck you, Waymo should happen to be leaked.
It's really funny.
To the public.
I've ridden in a Waymo.
Have you?
I enjoyed it.
I have not ridden in a Waymo, but again, I think probably because I've paused on these types of videos, I am constantly being served videos of like two Waymo cars that are stuck, like trying to get around each other and they don't know what to do. And it's so funny to me. I'm like, they're just going to be there all day.
It is kind of funny. I like them. I think they're cute. In Arizona, I did when I was home for Christmas with Birdie.
Yeah.
Remember I did an Instagram story from my Waymo?
Yes.
Oh my God.
The voice.
It's really not great.
And you have to go to this cocktail party tonight and you have to be on this thing tomorrow. Are you still on steroids or nah? Are you done?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, no, I still have them, but like, I have to be honest with you, I wasn't really wanting to take them anymore. Steroids make me feel fucking crazy.
Like crazy how?
Like my brain. Like I'm like, what? Like I feel crazy.
Like roid rage?
I know, just kind of like loopy. Like I feel like that feeling, like jet lag, kind of.
Yeah.
Like you feel like when you're really, really like tired, but wired, but like weird.
Yeah.
And the other day when I was like really, really on them, I had just like the weirdest, I feel like I had the weirdest day. I'm going to say something. I don't look well.
I don't think you look bad. You just look like you were on a plane.
I don't look great.
I don't look great either, but I'm going to blame the booth lighting. And I can't say that I didn't get enough rest because I slept for 14 hours, but maybe that's 6 hours too many, you know?
I don't think that's true. I think you needed to sleep that much.
Maybe. I hope that
I'm so
doesn't.
impressed. I don't think I've ever slept that much, ever in my life.
When I was a kid, I had mono, and I think I came home. I didn't know I had mono, but I came home on a Thursday after school, and I told my grandmother I was going to take a nap. And that was common for me to take a nap after school my whole life. I'm like,
Yeah.
but I took a nap, and then I got up at 8:00. 8:00. And I was like, shit, I'm late for school. And my grandmother was like, I was like, thought that I was missing the bus. And my grandmother was like, it's 8:00 at night. It's Saturday. And I was like, what? So I mean, I think I had obviously must have like gotten up and like gotten sips of water and gone to the bathroom at least a couple times, but I just slept a couple days.
That's wild.
That's wild.
I guess I did when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And had mono.
Yeah. Oh.
But that's why we have autoimmune problems.
Yeah, maybe. I don't
from
know.
mono. That's what they think.
Really?
Wait, have you not seen all that research?
No, I haven't.
Wait, what? Casey. Oh my God, hold on.
I got to read about this. Well, I will say that the Ehlers thing, I feel like has been like a lifelong thing. I've always been like a ball of silly putty.
So there's been a link between mono and an increased risk of developing autoimmune diseases. While having mono doesn't automatically mean you're going to develop an autoimmune condition.
Yeah.
Studies suggest that EBV infection, which is what mono is caused by, could create the likelihood of developing conditions like lupus, multiple sclerosis, rheumatoid arthritis, systemic lupus, IBD, inflammatory bowel disease, celiac disease.
Ugh.
I mean, like, dude, it's for real.
Is Epstein-Barr on there? Is that
Epstein-Barr?
Did they still call it that? I think that I want to say that my grandmother said it back then. She was like, I think that mono is the cause of Epstein-Barr that all these like women are getting now. And she was like, doesn't it seem like it would be? Because
Epstein-Barr, they now know Epstein-Barr is mono.
There we go. My grandmother was a genius.
The virus.
My nana was a genius.
Epstein-Barr virus is mono.
The kissing disease.
Yeah.
Terrible. Do you remember when they called it the kissing disease?
So gross, yeah.
Oh my God. I don't think I got it from kissing anyone.
But there's lots of like viral infections that can cause then later in life.
Yes.
Issues.
Well, they think that Alzheimer's is caused by a virus.
Oh, really?
That then makes you like susceptible to getting these like deposits in your brain. I'm going to bet everything is caused by a virus. Like everything.
And maybe we are a virus.
Maybe we're the virus.
I mean, we probably are. It's a matter of fact. All right. Guys, I want you to imagine the best orgasm or sex you ever had. And now imagine it could be even better with products that were designed to naturally enhance your sexual pleasure and give you access to bigger and better orgasms. That's Foria. You know we love it. Foria believes, as everyone should, that it's important to foster a deep connection with your partner when you're having intimate experiences. They have incredible products like the Awaken Arousal Oil, the Sex Oil, Intimacy Melts, and it's designed to increase arousal and make all experiences more pleasurable, alleviating any discomfort if you might have discomfort. It's also the perfect gift. I know there's going to be a lot of like bachelorette parties coming up, a lot of wedding showers. Get those ladies all for you. We love the Awaken Arousal Oil. They have the Pleasure Set, which has all three of Foria's best-selling intimacy products: Awaken Arousal Oil, Sex Oil, and Intimacy Melts. And listen, they have a real cult following with hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people who have had their sex lives transformed through using their products for the ultimate sexual experience. So yes, you have our permission to try this. I fully endorse you to go ahead, treat yourself or your partner, experience your juiciest, deepest, sensual experience with a bottle of Foria. Foria is offering a special deal for you, our listeners. Get 20% off your first order by visiting foriawellness.com/best or use code BEST at the checkout. That's FORIA wellness.com/best for 20% off your first order. I recommend trying Awaken or their Pleasure Set with all three of their best sellers. You're going to thank us later. I was grateful I was traveling with my Element today, though. I put it in my
goodness. And they have new flavor lemonade.
Well, that's my new flavor. I love it. My new flavor of lemonade is my best flavor. I love it so much. You guys, Element is an incredible product that replenishes your electrolytes. It's a tasty electrolyte drink mix with everything you need, nothing you don't, lots of salt, no sugar. It contains a science-backed electrolyte ratio: 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams potassium, 60 milligrams magnesium. No junk, no sugar, no coloring, no artificial ingredients, no gluten, no fillers, no BS. I love it so much. I love it so much.
We give it to
electrolytes are very important. They facilitate hundreds of functions in your body, including the conduction of nerve impulses, hormonal regulation, nutrient absorption, fluid balance. And Element can help eliminate headaches, muscle cramps, fatigue, sleeplessness, other common symptoms of electrolyte deficiency. When you sweat, you lose electrolytes. You got to replenish them, guys. You got to. Element is used by everyone from the NBA, NFL, NHL players, Olympic athletes, Navy SEALs, you name it. And also just me and Casey, we use it. Right now, Element is offering you, our listeners, a free sample pack with any drink mix purchase. That's 8 single-serving packets free with any Element drink purchase. It's a great way to try all 8 flavors or share Element with a salty friend. Get yours at drinklmnt.com/best. This deal is only available through our link. That is drinklmnt.com/best. drinklmnt.com/best. That's drinklmnt.com/best.
Try it totally risk-free. If you don't like it, share it with a salty friend and they will give you your money back. No questions asked. You have nothing to lose.
All right, I gotta go. I gotta get ready for this fucking thing.
What are you doing your best at?
I don't know.
You got there. You got to LA. You did
Yeah, thankfully. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I literally don't know. I don't feel like I'm doing my best at anything this week. I'm not kidding. I know that's I'm doing fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm totally doing fine.
Yeah. You're allowed.
But I don't know if I'm necessarily doing my best.
I hear you. You know what? And you know what? Okay, that ties into what I want to say. And I'm going to be vague about it, but I think you'll understand. And I was put in a situation this week where I had to complete something and I didn't get all the things I needed to complete the work. you
No.
know? And so I was kind of like flying blind and flying by the seat of my pants. And that's hard and it's a really insecure place. So I really did just do my best with what I had. And then I looked at it and I was like, this isn't my best work. But I also like just did what I could with what I had, you know? And I was like, and I'm just going to go with it. And if it's like not the best thing and it's not great, then, you know, it's understandable. It can't always be perfect, and it can't, and especially like if you don't have all the tools that you need to do it. So I already had like a feeling like, this isn't my best work. And I think I was honest about that. And I think that I was like, I'm not sure how this is going to go. But let's just like do what we can and like whatever. So we did. And there were like a couple more bumps along the way. But then in the end, it was pretty fun and it was fine. And I had to remember that like this is, you know, while it's like a big deal and like people are counting on you or whatever, it's also not like life or death, and it should be fun. And if you can find the fun in something, then, you know, as far as what you and I are doing, as far as we're concerned, then you did what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. I think that there's something really fucking weird about this time in the world.
Yeah.
Like right now.
Yeah.
And I'm hearing it from so many people in so many different ways.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of us are kind of like disassociating,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
with or without losing our voices.
Right.
But it does feel odd. I've never felt like this before, I don't think.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't know it does feel like we could all use like a solid 14-hour nap. Well, you know?
Listen, if I could tell you how I did it.
I feel like I could like really use like 3 days of sleep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Straight.
Yeah. I'll try to remember the recipe. I think it was like intense emotional upheaval combined with like a little bit of work stress, like a normal amount of work stress, but it really almost pushed me over the edge. And then completing the thing that I was stressed out about, like just pulled the plug on my computer and I went offline for 14 hours.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Biz has to get ready for this cocktail party. Please give my regards to all the QVC people that know me.
I will.
I think that's just really Stacey London, but I love them all. But if you see anyone that I might know, tell them I said hey.
I will, for sure.
And I'll be watching.
By the way, thank God I had to go back home and get another flight because I literally like got home and was like, oh, I did not pack anything to wear to this cocktail party.
Oh, no.
I forgot. And so I threw something out. So I'll see.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, see, it all worked out. I hope it's a little fun, and I hope you see cool people and meet cool people. And I'll be tuning in tomorrow. If you're just listening to this in the morning, it's QVC is having like a TikTok super brand day. So check out QVC's TikTok, and you'll get to see Busy and a bunch of other cool people that are there. I was looking at the list of who's going to be stopping by because I think QVC's going live on TikTok like 24/7 now, which is like the wave of the future. So that's exciting.
Is that the wave of the future?
I think so. I think like for shopping, yes. I think that's how a lot of people shop now. And because your phone is always right there with you, you know, in a way that TVs aren't now. So I think, yeah, that's how a lot of people are shopping. And a lot of people have gotten really, their brands have become really successful through TikTok Shop. And so to have QVC on TikTok is like,
big deal.
It's a big deal, and I think it'll be interesting. And I think people will enjoy it, especially like, you know, people that grew up with QVC, but now they're using TikTok, Gen X, and millennials and stuff. I think it's going to be cool. But have such a fun time. I hope your voice gets better and not worse.
Well, the good news is I can probably maybe sneak into my doctor here.
Oh, good. Okay. And you can just ring for ice, for crushed ice anytime you want it.
I know.
It's luxury.
And then what's the one thing? The usual? I can ring for the usual.
What is
but
the
I just
usual?
I have to tell them what the usual is. It could be anything.
Oh, okay. All right. That's exciting. Enjoy those buttons.
I think that was probably the one and only time I'm going to use them. If I'm being honest.
I think you should use that one more time at least.
I'm leaving this hotel at like 7 a.m. tomorrow.
I mean,
I look like shit. I'm sorry. I have like giant dark circles under my eyes. I look fucking insane.
Ring for some ice and stick your face in it.
I got the ice. I'm going to put them on my eyes. Face them ice. It's not that. It's that it's the sinuses and whatever. And it's like black under I look like somebody punched me in the fucking eyes.
Well, you do.
Demi Moore's dog peel off.
Oh my gosh.
Just
all right.
Kidding. Oh, wait, we didn't even talk about me being on The View.
We didn't talk about you being on what the hell?
We didn't talk about anything.
Busy was on The View.
And they cut it out. They did. Whatever. We don't have to say it.
You asked them to cut it out, so don't say it here, because then I'll have to wonder if you really want it cut out. You said something like, not true, but out of pocket maybe for the conversation at hand.
No, it made sense, but
it made sense. Yeah.
I was talking about abortion and the Pope because of my experience getting blessed by the Pope when I was a kid. And I just really said a wild thing. And then I was like, oh God, I can't be canceled before my show premieres.
Your life will be better just because here's the thing.
Because I was in my head, I was I could say this on my podcast, but I can't say this on The View.
Here's what I think. I think people who love you already would totally get what you were saying. I think that the point of doing press is to get new people to love you. And so I think it was wise to be like, maybe not that. Thank you. And people do it to us all the time. People ask us to cut things out that they said all the time.
all the time.
And we're like...
And sometimes we're really confused by it because it seems so dumb to us. And we're like, what? Okay.
Exactly.
But you never know what means something to someone, which is also interesting.
Exactly.
But also what's weird is that Bryce Dallas Howard was on our show. Wait, am I allowed to say it?
I think you are, yeah. Wait, what are you going to...
I was just going to say, and Josh Gad is her kid's godfather, and then he was on my plane today.
Yeah, I know. It's so synergistic. Did you say hi to Josh Gad?
Yeah, we talked. And I told him that I remembered that he was from Florida. And he was like, what? That's so weird. And I was like, it was weird. I don't know why I knew you were from Florida. I don't know why that fact is in my head. When Bryce was on the show, guys, we're talking, this isn't going to make it into the show because it's so uninteresting. When I was she was talking about how Josh and her husband have been very good friends since they were 4 years old. They grew up together. And I was like, oh, in Florida? And I don't know why I know that Josh Gad is from Florida, but it was a fact that just came out of me that I've been storing in my brain. I could have had so many other things in there.
You could have remembered to bring an outfit for the cocktail party, but no. Josh Gad's
I remember Josh Gad's from Florida. How did I know that? It's so freaking me out.
I don't know. I always know weird stuff like that too, and it's very upsetting. It's because we only have limited access to so much memory, and when you think of what you could have remembered as opposed to the useless thing, and how many things are in there that you'll never even get to impress Bryce Dallas Howard with, Yeah,
exactly. But it was just so funny because it was seamless. I just said it as if we had talked about it a lot.
Just popped out.
But you guys, I know Josh obviously for years, just sort of tangentially, but we're not buddies.
Not hanging out.
No, we're not hanging out. I'm not like at game nights with him. Like I just like I know him because
Although
he's been
that would be
around.
fun, I bet.
I bet you he's so good at game nights.
I bet
That's why I said it. Because I like can just imagine him. What if in another?
Should we invite him to a game night?
Yeah, I think we should. I do feel like maybe there's another dimension where Josh Gad and I are best friends.
Well, that could also be why we feel like everything's not real. Like if the many worlds theory is true, there is a dimension where you and Josh Gad are best friends. Because because I think, again, if any nuclear physicists and other physicists are paying attention to the show, tell me if this is right. It's kind of that there's so many universes that any possibility we can imagine is probably true in one of the universes.
Did I ever tell you about the me being pregnant thing?
No. I mean, maybe. I don't think so.
One of the 4,000 times that John and I broke up and got back together in the last year, he called me because he was like, "This is insane, but you're not pregnant, are you?" And I was like, "What? What are you fucking talking about?" You almost just spit water out. I was like, "What are you talking about? First of all, don't you think I would tell you? And secondly, what? No, why would you even think that?" And he was like, "The weirdest thing happened. He had friends shooting something in like Czechoslovakia or something. Like it's some weird, they were like filming something somewhere in Europe. And they like WhatsApped him a news article from that day, like August or July or something, like last year. And it was like Busy Phillips is expecting another child.
Oh, wow.
And it was like this weird news article, but it was a screenshot of it. And then I Googled it. It did not exist. It did not exist.
Okay.
We could not find it anywhere. But they weren't making it. It wasn't people that were like talk about pranks. These were not pranksters.
Right.
They weren't Photoshop. They literally were like, it popped up on their like news feed in whatever foreign country they were in.
Right.
In their celebrity news feed. And they like screenshot it and sent it to him. And then I became convinced that there was some sort of weird portal to another timeline and that I was pregnant in some other timeline.
People think that. People think that that's like the whole, Shazam movie thing, like where people have different memories of like this movie existing. And also
a Mandela effect.
Yes, the Bernstein Bears.
It's a Mandela effect, right?
Yes.
We've talked about this. But is that what people think? Okay, so anyway, here's my point. Like last July, John gets this fucking thing. We can't, and then I was like, by the way, also, I mean, I know he just wanted to call me because he wanted to like, obviously get back together with me. But I was like, but did you Google it? And he was like, no, I didn't even Google it. I just like freaked out and called you or reached out to you. And I was like, yeah, no, it's nowhere online. Like this article doesn't,
weird.
like we can't, I know.
That's weird.
It is weird.
Well,
it is weird.
Congratulations to Busy Phillips in another dimension.
I guess that baby would be due, or just right now. I guess I'm giving birth in some other dimension.
Me
to
too,
John
Busy.
Casby's baby, maybe. I mean, it would have to have been his.
I mean, we don't know what that bitch is doing in her dimension.
Actually, we don't know what's happening in the other dimension. Oh my God, of course.
We don't know whose baby it is.
Oh my God.
It could be.
Well, what if it's Birdie?
No, maybe.
No. What if I'm giving birth to Birdie?
Yeah,
now,
maybe you.
Yeah, in another dimension.
Yes, maybe 17.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes. We don't know.
Maybe
You're
the
right.
other dimension is 17 years in the past or something.
I tried to impose logic on it, and that
This is what I'm saying. There's no logic. I'm saying like we don't know what it is. Maybe
but we love Logic, the rapper.
Maybe in every dimension, I always have Birdie and Cricket. You know what I mean?
Right.
Maybe in other dimensions, I have Birdie, Cricket, and Oliver or whatever. I don't know.
Cousin Oliver, you know him.
What if it literally
is adorable?
Yeah. I can't. Cousin Oliver shows up. Wait, that's insane that I just said Oliver. Okay.
All
Okay,
right.
so maybe, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
we just don't know. So maybe there's a version of in another dimension where I have a baby, or I'm having a baby right now. Josh Gad's my best friend. We grew up in Florida together. Maybe I don't even know. Or I went to Carnegie Mellon. Now I know where he went to college. What is happening to me? I'm obsessed with Josh Gad.
Well, we definitely have
He
to
did.
invite him to a game night.
Wait, we do. But the reason the Carnegie Mellon thing, just to be clear, I'm not obsessed. He literally just said it to me on the airplane because he was asking about if Brie was going to look at colleges. And I said, she really wants to act. And he was like, she really should look at Carnegie Mellon. That's where I went, my alma mater. I was like, okay.
There you go. So now you know everything about Josh Gad. More than you knew
He's from
before.
Florida. I know, even more.
And you were like, I already knew too much for not knowing him, really. Listen, you.
Why do I know he's from Florida? It's really so insane to me.
Oh my gosh. All right, you guys. We love you so much. We hope that whatever dimension you're in, things are going great. And if they're not, you can be like,
join the club.
Yeah. And you can also be like, but in another dimension, I'm like
killing it
at the White Lotus and it's fine. Nothing bad's happening there. You can be like, at the White Lotus, I'm the CEO of my company. Not at the White Lotus.
No.
You can be like, in this dimension, I'm the CEO of this company. In this dimension, everyone's kind and we're treating each other kindly and lovingly and we're taking care of each other. That's a great fantasy dimension.
I love that dimension.
In this dimension, there is no need for any more galas.
Yeah, because we don't have to
except for
try to make sure that women don't die during childbirth.
Right. Galas are for fun only and not to fundraise.
It's literally just for candy.
Yeah, for people. Yeah, just for candy. Just to introduce new candies and celebrate candy and wear dresses.
It's just fancy dresses and candy, guys.
Oh my God. That's the game night with Josh Gad. Fancy dress, candy, game night, Josh Gad. Josh, get in touch with us. We want to do it.
All right. Goodbye.
All right. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.
I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing my best.
Oh no.